Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe SI Talk, eine neue Firma und die hat einen relativ langen Namen, Global Daily Fantasy Sports. Ich kann mir noch relativ wenig darunter vorstellen, aber der Darcy, der ist der CEO von der Company und er wird mir jetzt einfach die Company einmal vorstellen. Darcy, thank you to have time, and I said in my German introduction, it's really new to me and what I can expect from the company name Global Daily Fantasy Sports.
Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate that. What we're doing is taking our strategy, our vision is taking daily fantasy sports, which is pretty much a known business in North America, with a B2B model to Europe. So the idea is to build a network of customers that will be able to enjoy daily fantasy sports in Europe. So it's a total European focused business. The sports we offer are European focused, and we're there to create a network of daily fantasy sports players.
So what means fantasy sport players? Do you mean that they play soccer over the thing, or what kind of?
Well, it's a little different. It's a little different than a traditional sports betting product. This product, you're actually putting a dream team of fantasy of players together that are going to perform on a day or a weekly basis. Their matches, like professional players in their matches, and the idea is you want to put a team together of players that will score more points than anybody else in the contest, and that will divvy up the prize pool for a number of people that are in the contest. And if your team makes more than your friend's team, then you'll win the prize pool.
So he can win something.
Yes.
So that's
each there's a number of contests. Players will have an entry fee to get into that contest, and if their dream team, the team that they put together of players, scores more points than other people in the contest, then they'll win the prize.
So we read in German newspapers and so on a lot of e-gaming things that's coming more from Asia and so on, and this looks like that they're going really wild and going big events and so on. So is this a portion, or you want to take a portion from this e-gaming market, growing e-gaming market?
So you're talking about eSports?
Not only sport, yes, for sure.
eSports? Too. eSports is a little bit different than fantasy sports. It's a different product.
What was really, for me, it's tough to understand what is really so fantasy is clear. So it's my choice which team I build together.
Right. So you're putting a team of 11 football players. Could be players from different teams within the Bundesliga, and they're going to play their matches for a weekend. And how those players perform in their individual matches, they score points. And who says who good is one of my players? Who choose this? You choose
I
the
choose
players.
I choose the player, but
Correct.
Who says on the weekend, they're doing a good job or a bad job, or he get more points than the other ones?
Okay, so we use a Sports Radar as our stats provider, and they put out stats on each individual's player's performance in each match, and our software accumulates those points per player, and so your team accumulates points.
Okay,
right.
Now I'm on your track. So that's me. Then you get really from the actual games, from the real games outside,
Right.
You get the scoring points of every single player.
Right.
And if you choose the best players from the Bundesliga, for example, then you are on the top ranking.
Exactly.
And then you win the prize.
Right.
And then the next round starting.
Right. And you're going to be putting that team in. You'll have an entrance fee into that contest of €1 or €5 to make 5,000. So you can put a number of teams in, number of players, number of teams, and the idea is that team that you put together scores more points than anybody else in that contest.
Which kind of fantasy sports you want offer to the Europeans?
Right now, we have the 5 major soccer or football leagues, and we're just in the process of adding golf and basketball, both European and NBA basketball.
So, and you're strictly focused then for the European market?
Correct.
So
now that doesn't mean once we that's our focus here right now as a company. Our strategy is to focus on the European market, but we will also focus on other markets as well. Latin America's big on our list, Asia's big on our list, and also Africa. So we'll go into other crazy sports betting markets as we build our network and roll out our business.
How to market this? I think, especially when you started, it's tough to market. Or how is your process to market?
Well, here's the fantastic thing about our strategy is that one of the big costs when you're trying to develop a business like this is obviously acquiring customers, right? So one of the ways that we chose to mitigate that risk is to set up a B2B model as opposed to a B2C model. So actually we're plugging into current operators that already have customers, sports betting customers, that have money on deposit. So we're plugging into their legacy systems. We're just adding another product, sports betting product for those customers to play.
Can some name some companies with which company you work?
Yep. Right now we have one network up. Our first network was Italy. We focused on the Italian market because it's one of the bigger gaming markets in Europe. So we have Lottomatica is one of our customers. Another brand, popular brand in Italy is called Sisal. And our third customer is an aggregator in that market called Microgame. So right now in Italy we probably have exposure to 15 or 16% of the sports betting market digitally in Italy.
Yeah. What is the strategy for Germany? Do you in discussion with some?
Yes, we've talked to a number of German customers. We market our product at the gaming conferences in Europe. ICE being one of them in February. We have a sales and marketing team in Malta, and they have a number of customers throughout Europe that they go after and they solicit. Yeah.
Malta is a big place where a lot of these gaming companies are established.
Yeah, that's where our licensing arm is out of Malta. Yeah.
So what do you expect, or what we can expect next year in numbers? How profitable is this business?
Well, again, as your network grows, your contest grows, your liquidity grows, your business grows. So right now we're just starting out. We've spent the last 2 years developing the platform, our product. We just launched late December, so we've only been up for this current football season, and as we add more sportsbook operators and more big brands into our network, that business will grow.
Can you say any numbers what you expect, or is it too early to say something?
Well, it's a little early. I think next year we're projecting top line revenue somewhere around 6 million, and we should be on that. We should be break even. Cash flow positive.
So Europe is the first step, and then the rest of the world.
Yeah, Europe. We're focusing on the European market right now. We're going to launch our what we call our .com network here very shortly, which is going to open up other markets other than just Italy. And we're also going to chase some business, as I said, in these other markets in that .com network.
Darcy, I think it was a great introduction into your company, and next time when I come over, we should do another one so that we can go a little bit deeper, and then we can discuss more of the new clients, what you get, new B2B clients, so that we see the progress.
Yeah.
And with every new clients, we know exactly that you make more money. So, and this is it's important. Ja, das war jetzt ein erstes Update von Global Daily Fantasy Sports. Ich habe ein bisschen am Anfang gebraucht, bis dass ich das Businessmodell verstehe, aber es geht einfach darum, bei Fußballmannschaften kann man es am leichtesten vorstellen. Das heißt, Sie sind jetzt bei irgendeiner Sportwettenanbieter Kunde und Sie bauen sich Ihr eigenes Team zusammen. Sie nehmen ein paar Spieler von Bayern München, weiß nicht, von Dortmund und so weiter, und das ist Ihr Dreamteam für diese Woche. Und dann wird quasi eine Statistik ausgewertet über dem, wie hat denn der Spieler dort in dieser Woche performt, und der was am meisten Punkte zusammenkriegt, also die besten Spieler, gewinnt diese Runde und gewinnt auch dabei einen Preis bzw. kann dabei Geld verdienen. So, das ist die prinzipielle Idee dahinter. Was spannend ist ein Konzept, wie Sie an den Kunden gehen. Das ist ein B2B-Konzept und nicht B2C-Konzept, denn das teuerste Ganze davon ist die Kundenakquise. So, und eine Strategie ist einfach, Sie gehen mit Sportwettenhersteller oder Sportwettenanbieter quasi, die haben schon die Kunden, und die quasi die bieten das als neues Produkt an, so brauchen Sie von den Kunden nicht akquirieren, teilen sich quasi dann auch den Profit, und es reicht schon, er hat gesagt, 6 Millionen Revenue-Umsatz, das sollte Break-even sein. Sie starten in Italien, haben dort ein paar interessante Deals schon eingetütet, das heißt, da kommt der erste Umsatz, und das ist natürlich das Schwerste, das erste Land mal zu akquirieren und die ersten Deals zu machen, weil das ist dann das Musterbeispiel für alle anderen auch. Ich habe gesagt, das ist eine super Introduction, und Europa ist zuerst einmal einer Step und dann kommt die Rest der Welt. Was auch spannend ist, und das habe ich einfach dann gesagt, und lassen wir es einfach jetzt einmal dabei, weil beim nächsten Mal, wenn ich ein Interview mache, ist dann wichtig, wie schaut denn einer wirklich eine Strategie an. Je mehr Kunden, das Sie akquirieren können, umso wahrscheinlicher ist, dass Sie auch deutlich mehr Umsatz machen, und umso mehr Umsatz machen, umso eher sind es natürlich Break-Even. Und das ist jetzt einfach das Wichtigste von dem. Neue Kunden, neue Deals, und wenn die das schaffen, was er plant, dann kann man sogar vorstellen, dass das tatsächlich ein extrem profitables Business ist, weil das Schwerste davon ist einfach die Kundenakquise, und wenn das wegfällt, weil du einfach einen existierenden Sportwettenhersteller einfach anbindest, dann ist das die halbe Miete. Das war es von Global Daily Fantasy Sports vom September 2018, Vancouver. Tschüss und Baba. Thank you.
Thank you.